Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how much money you need to get started on Amazon and selling on Amazon. So without further ado, let's get into it. So today I did a coaching call with a student, and one of the questions he asked me was, is £1,000 enough to get started with on Amazon? And it gave me the idea of doing this video of talking about how much you actually need to get started on Amazon. And before we get started, I just want to say that if you're interested in any kind of coaching with Amazon FBA, whether you're getting started or whether you're an experienced seller looking to grow, please reach out and I'm always happy to help. Right, so let's get into this video then. Well, firstly, I want to say the cop-out answer for this is, the quick answer is as much money as you can put into the business. That is how much you need to start with, as much money as you can put in. That's the ideal situation. But obviously not everyone has unlimited pots of money. So what I've done here is I've created a little chart and we can discuss talking about how much you actually need to get started with. And, let me get the chart open and we can have a look. So what we've got here is a quick little chart I've made just showing you on the left here the starting capital. And on the right, we've got the return on investment you can expect for your starting capital. Now, I think you can get started on Amazon with any amount of money. But obviously, the more you have, the much easier it is to actually make money, make decent money, I should say. But what we've got here is, let's say you want to start with £100, for example, which is the first one here. We've got, if realistically, you're looking to make about 30% ROI. On your money. So if you spent £100 on some products and it took you a month to sell them, you'd expect to make about £30 profit, so 30% ROI. And in an ideal situation, maybe you've got an item that's 50% ROI, you'd expect to make about £50 ROI. So great ROIs, but obviously you can see as the actual amounts you're making between 30, 40 and £50, dollars, pounds makes no difference. Not a huge amount in actual, monetary terms. So in terms of growing your business with, say, the starting capital of £100, it's going to take you a very long time to kind of scale that business. So while you can start with £100, it's very difficult and it's going to take you a very long time to build up your capital. Next, we can see with the same with sort of 500. If you start with £500, that's 30% ROI. You can expect to make about £50 profit. £150 profit, which is starting to get to a kind of nice amount. So that means after maybe the first 4 to 6 weeks, if you make 30% ROI on all your money, you'd start with 500 and end up with about 650. So not too bad. But again, it's not enough money you can live off. However, if you're building a side hustle up, just trying to get started, trying to learn the business, it's fine to start with these lower amounts of money, but you can't expect to go into this business with 500, even £1,000 and make a full-time living. And as we can see here, you can look at these yourself. Starting with 1,000, you can make about £300 with 30% ROI. It starts to get to the point where if you have £5,000 or $5,000, excuse me, and you have 30% ROI, you can expect to make about £1,500. And it's every 4 to 6 weeks, depends how long it takes you to churn your stock. But now we're starting to get to the point where you can make enough maybe to live off, depending on where you live and how frugal you are. And when you start getting to the £10,000 range, you can see that the ROIs start to get a bit higher. And, the ROI is the same, 30%. But in terms of monetary value, £3,000 from a £10,000 starting capital starts to get to be really nice money. Now, the one thing I need to say, though, is that you can't expect to churn your entire inventory in sort of 4 to 6 weeks. You can if you are lucky enough to find some great products, but it tends to be that, your stock takes a while to sell. So it may take 2, 3, 4 months to sell. So you're never going to churn all of your starting capital in sort of a very short period. So realistically, you need a little bit more than these amounts. I always say you need roughly around 3 months worth of spending. So if you're looking to make, and I've created another little chart here, which I'll show you, which is how much you need to spend to make X month of profit. And this is basically looking at it from the other direction. just to give you an idea of what's realistic and what you can make on Amazon. And if you want to make £500 profit per month, what you need to be spending at, let's say, the 30% ROI, what you need to be spending each month is £1,666.66, or $1,666, whatever currency you're working in. So if you wanted to make £500 a month as a side hustle on Amazon, you'd expect to be spending about $1,666 a month. And realistically, you're probably going to need about 3 months of that stock. 1,666 times by 3 is what, about 5,000, I'd say, roughly. I can't do the math in my head. 1,666 times by 3. Yeah, £5,000. Yeah, just shy. Gives you an idea of what you could expect to kind of make here. And yeah, this you can copy this chart if you want, and it gives you an idea of what you need to spend to make X amount of money. So yeah, hopefully that was interesting for you guys and gives you a more realistic understanding of how much you need to start with on Amazon and how much you need to spend to make a certain amount of money. And the thing to realize with Amazon is that it's a volume business. You need to be buying lots of volume. You need to be, you're not making a huge amount of profit per item. So maybe 30% ROI is what most people aim for. It'll be a bit less in wholesale and maybe more in retail arbitrage. So yeah, it gives you a rough idea of how much you need to spend, how much you need to start with, and yeah. So yeah. Hopefully that was good for you guys. My main advice for anyone getting started on Amazon is just to get started. I'm going to do another video just after this one, and that's just talking about, is it worth starting Amazon in 2024? And I'll be talking more about that. And yeah, but yeah, the best time to start Amazon though is today. So just get started, even if you've only got £100 or £500. Get started, start building that capital up. It's going to take you a while, but all that while you're starting out, you're learning and getting experience on Amazon. And at least if you start with a smaller amount of money, then you have less to lose if you make a mistake. So thanks guys, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next one.